Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And we have breaking news this afternoon, a huge shakeup in the auto industry. Ford Motor Company quickly and unexpectedly retiring CEO and replacing with a new CEO, well known here in the Michigan area. We'll have a live report coming up. But first, Brandon.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. It's a little breezy, but look at the sky conditions. It is a good start to the week.
And our top breaking story, this new leadership at Ford Motor Company. It comes on the heels of a board meeting that was held with the company last week where Mark Fields was supposed to offer his future plans to get the company's stock out of the basement. It obviously didn't go well for him. So what's going on here and what is likely for it to mean for you here? Well, let's turn over to Local 4 business editor Rod Maloney, live out in Dearborn at the World Headquarters, where the announcement of the new CEO was just made. Good afternoon, Rod.
Yeah, good afternoon, Roddy. You know, this is one of those things where Mark Fields is going off into retirement, sort of out with the old and in with the new, because Bill Ford believes that this company needs sort of an electric jolt to energize itself going forward, because he's essentially doubling down on this whole mobility thing. But Mark Fields is a known quantity, and he was a very important guy to this company, and he had record profits. So let's talk about what is changing now as they bring in the new CEO. Mark Fields was and really is a hard-charging turnaround automotive executive, a lifer. Oftentimes his personality could grate. But he did get the company to record profits, and for that Bill Ford thanked him. What he lacked, it turns out, was that nearly magical personality and leadership style that could inspire. And in 62-year-old former Steelcase Furniture CEO Jim Hackett, yes, that guy, called in to do the impossible, convince Jim Harbaugh to leave the NFL and coach the University of Michigan football team. Well, now Bill Ford wants to see more of that kind of thing here at Ford.
They had a core business called football, and it had kind of meandered in a way, and we got that recentered, and now the university is doing really well. So I think I just got to give you the confidence that teams of people working together with focus can create extraordinary results.
Now, Hackett knows more than you might think about the auto business, considering he spent 3 years on the Ford board of directors, and then the last year working for Mark Fields, heading up the Ford Smart Mobility program. But there was something even more about him that Bill Ford liked, his ability to speak to Silicon Valley executives and then gain their respect.
And a number of them that I know well, the leaders out there, said to me, my gosh, you know, he's one of the real original thinkers that we know. And you know, you guys are really lucky to have him on your board.
And so Bill decided he needed him to be at the helm, sort of the Alan Mulally comeback, as it were. They talked a little bit about that, and that Jim Hackett has that ability to rally the troops and get them to rally around a new image of this company and not sort of step back into the old Ford ways of those separate silos and people operating in differing directions. And so that's what Bill Ford essentially wants, feels like he needs. Felt like Mark Fields did a nice job, but now it's time to move forward in a different direction. And here we are. Back to you.
Well, it seems like Ford Motor Company kind of known for sometimes bringing outsiders in, like Alan Mulally out of aviation into the automotive industry, and now with Jim Hackett. How are the Ford employees reacting to the change?
Well, you know, it's interesting. We were there. We were brought in to the auditorium here inside the Glass House as the other employees were coming out, and it really made me think back to when Mulally joined the company. He got a standing ovation, and when he left, they not only gave him a standing ovation, but they were crying. They were sad to see him go. Mark Fields assumed the helm. Today, there weren't any tears, and they gave Jim Hackett that ovation that Bill Ford clearly wanted to see.
All right, well, it sounds like they're off to a good start. Let's hope it's a good move for them. Rod, thank you. And we have been keeping an eye on Ford stock since we broke the news early this morning, and this is where things look right now. So we're looking at a change of up just about 16 cents there so far. We'll keep an eye on it. New at noon, a worker has died at the U.S. Steel. This is the plant in Ecorse after falling from scaffolding. The worker reportedly fell last night while working at the U.S. Steel facility located on West Jefferson. At this time, it's unclear what led up to the accident or what caused the worker to fall, but an investigation is underway. Meanwhile, President Trump continues his first overseas trip since taking office, leaving Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and arriving in Tel Aviv, Israel this morning, where he will mix diplomacy with a bit of tourism. The second leg of his overseas tour begins with a formal greeting in Tel Aviv and a bold proclamation from President Trump after weekend talks centered on the fight against terror with Muslim leaders in Saudi Arabia.
What we did over the weekend was, they say there's never been anything like it ever before, and it was really a coming together. And now today being in Israel is just very, very special for us.
President Trump focused on what he calls the ultimate deal, trying to broker a peace accord between the Israelis and Palestinians, something he discussed in a brief meeting this morning with Israeli President Reuven Rivlin.
Young Israeli and Palestinian children deserve to grow up in safety and to follow their dreams free from the violence that has destroyed so many lives.
Mixing sightseeing with diplomacy, the president and First Lady Melania toured the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, followed by a 10-minute walk through the Old City to the Western Wall. President Trump, the first sitting U.S. president to pay his respects at one of Judaism's most holy sites. And coming up, President Trump will hold a joint address with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. You can watch that address. It's going to be in about 20 minutes. You can also head over to clickondetroit.com to watch there as well. Meanwhile, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee is expected to speak with former FBI Director James Comey today. This will be Chairman Jason Chavetz's first conversation with Comey since he was fired by President Trump 2 weeks ago. Chavetz said that he will seek documents related to meetings between the president and Comey and wants to find out if his firing was related to the Russian investigation. Meanwhile, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has opted to invoke his Fifth Amendment right and says that he will not testify in connection with the investigation. The trial has begun in an Oakland County court for the man charged in the traffic death of state trooper. Charles Warren is accused of hitting Trooper Chad Wolf on his motorcycle along I-75 in 2014, dragging the trooper for 4 miles before finally pulling over and leaving the scene. Opening statements this morning focused on questions of whether Trooper Wolf's death was an accident or a criminal act.
Now, the evidence is going to show there was an accident. There's going to be no question about that. There was an accident in this case. But it was an accident of the defendant's own making.
There was a lack of evidence that Charlie engaged in reckless driving in what we would commonly call a hit and run.
And we are continuing to monitor the trial. We'll have updates on Click on Detroit as well and on later editions of Local 4 News. A suspect has turned himself in connection with a deadly hit and run in Madison Heights. On March 5th, 25-year-old Savion Zara was the second car to hit 26-year-old Nadia Kassab while she was crossing the street. Zara pled guilty to failure to stop at the scene and was fined more than $1,000. Now police need your help finding the driver of the first car. If you recognize this car, and it's difficult to see here, or you know anything about this accident, you are asked to contact Madison Heights Police. The search for a missing man in Detroit has ended with him being found safe. Oakley Stallworth is 82 years old, and he was last seen around noon on Sunday when he was released from the Detroit Detention Center on Mound Road on the city's east side. Police say that Stallworth has Alzheimer's disease and is in poor health. Local 4 has learned, though, that Stallworth was found safe earlier this morning. Thank goodness for that. Let's turn things over to Brandon and get a look at our forecast for today. You've been promising us sun will come this afternoon. How are we looking?
Well, it took a little while, admit it there, but it did come, and temperatures are responding. It's a nice breezy day, windows open, air the joint out after a wild, wet weekend. 61 degrees, our official number right now. It's still a little bit cooler up north, as we would expect, but the clouds hanging on a little bit longer here. In Sandusky, only 53 degrees. It's 60 in Ann Arbor, 58 in Howell. The winds are blowing 10 to 20, and these are gusts, an occasional burst we talk about often, 20 to 30 miles an hour. We're seeing right now a 25-mile-an-hour wind gust. These are a nuisance. They're not very problematic, but could knock over a garbage can here or there. Temperatures as we go through the day, 61 now. 66 at 2. And again, it will be gusty throughout the day, those winds. 69 degrees, the afternoon high temperature. Average is 72. Some of you may hit that mark, especially as we start to see the skies clearing out. But we do have some rain in the near future, a couple of chances, and you can get your forecast. Everything you need to know, a discussion, the radar, it's all right there. Our local forecasters app is a great weather app, and it's right there free under WDIV in your app store.
All right, thank you, Brandon. Coming up, we are going to continue to follow developing stories coming out of Detroit, including a fatal accident and shooting. We'll have updates on that in just a moment. Plus, jury selection begins today in the Bill Cosby sex assault case. We have the very latest on the comedian's trial. And in case you are just joining, it's a new CEO. Kind of a quick turnaround here. Jim Hackett will replace that top spot, replacing Mark Fields, who held the position for 3 years. Fields is retiring after 28 years with Ford Motor Company. Hackett was previously running Ford's autonomous vehicle unit. He was also the University of Michigan's athletic director from 2014 to 2016, and for 25 years, the CEO of one of the Michigan companies that we know very well called Steelcase, the furniture business. We're back in a moment. Welcome back. Detroit police have not yet identified a man found dead on the city's west side this morning. Officers called around 2 o'clock this morning to a home at Kentucky, I should say, right at Pilgrim Street, and found a man dead on the street. He appeared to have been shot in the head. The body was next to an SUV with a Mississippi license plate. Detroit police have not yet identified the woman killed early this morning when her car slid into a utility pole on Harper near Cadieux on the city's east side. There was no one else in the car at the time. The cause of this deadly crash remains under investigation. And jury selection begins today in Pennsylvania for the Bill Cosby sexual assault trial, nearly 300 miles from where the trial will ultimately take place. The jury selection was moved after Cosby's lawyers wanted to find jurors who have not been influenced by publicity of the trial. Once the 12 jurors and 6 alternates are selected, they will be moved to a court near Philadelphia. Cosby is being tried on charges that he drugged and molested a woman at his Montgomery County home back in 2004. The trial is expected to last at least 2 weeks. Still ahead here on Local 4 News at noon. Remember the buckle your seatbelts law? Well, the annual Click It or Ticket initiative is back, and police officers are cracking down on drivers that aren't buckled up. Let's get over to Brandon with another look at the forecast.
Well, from Lansing to Metro Airport, we have winds that are 20+ miles an hour and gusting 20 to 30. So tracking sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, and some rainy days ahead. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Officers will be cracking down on those of you not wearing seatbelts for the next 2 weeks as the annual Click It or Ticket campaign officially gets underway. Last year, Macomb County Sheriff's deputies stopped 253 vehicles and issued 104 seatbelt citations during the Click It or Ticket campaign. Michigan law requires drivers, front seat passengers, and any passengers under the age of 16 to be in seatbelts. If you are pulled over and ticketed, you could face at least a $65 fine. If you're looking to get gas this afternoon, be ready to pay a little bit more at the pump. AAA Michigan reports that the average gas price across the state is up $2.49 per gallon, and that is 8 cents of an increase from last week and 9 cents more than this time last year. The lowest average price is in its upstate, actually, in the UP, Marquette, where you can get gas for $2.37 a gallon. I'm not sure you'd want to travel all the way just to get some gas.
Refuel, just top off.
Yeah, not to mention it's a lot colder than it is down here.
It is, no doubt, and probably still some ice chunks out surrounding the UP. As we look at temperatures in all 4 zones, and we're all in similar boats. Speaking of boats, there's one, bottom of your screen. A little chop to the river with these winds, 15 to 20. 61 Metro, 60 in Ann Arbor. It's 56 as one of the cooler spots up in Pontiac, Waterford area. 60 degrees in our south zone in Adrian. We should hit a high right around 70 degrees, some upper 60s. Some of you hopefully getting into the low 70s with afternoon sunshine. 10 to 20 mile an hour winds gusting a little bit stronger. Overnight tonight, shower chances are mainly confined up in our north zone, but clouds will fill in. About 54 degrees early on your Tuesday morning. The next 7 days, pretty good here. Again, average high is 72. We're going to dip Wednesday, Thursday a little bit below that. Some rain. Also, some rain chances for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. Chances. So we'll focus on the fact that it will not be a weekend washout for sure. A little bit more cloud cover in our north zone right now, so temperatures are just a little bit cooler there. Here comes some of that moisture out of the plain states, and you can see the trajectory here, and that's why we have the overnight rain shower chances mainly across central, lower and up into the thumb region or into our north zone. Here is 7 tomorrow morning, and you can see some of that rain. Anybody driving north will run into that. And then as we head into the afternoon hours, a spotty or isolated shower likely around the area, a lot of it north, but not exclusive. And then Wednesday, I think late Wednesday into Thursday will be the wettest of the week ahead, some soaking showers. So most of the daytime hours are going to be dry, and Friday looks very nice. Saturday, a few showers possible, but we'll get some rain on Sunday, it looks like for sure. Notice tomorrow, we have that little radio icon. We have a severe weather alert radio day. This is at the Meijer on Mound Road in Warren. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The folks from Midland Radio will be there, a discount on your severe weather radio. Also, the pros will help you tune yours in. And if you have one already, you can bring it there and let them retune it in for you, too. We'd love to see you. The local forecasters, Rhonda, will be there, too.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Brandon. In about 10 minutes, the nation's largest Arab American nonprofit community will reveal a new medication disposal box at a pharmacy in Dearborn. The Access Substance Abuse Program is hosting the event at the Palm Pharmacy on Greenfield Road. At the event, the group will reveal a new medication disposal box that will soon be available at pharmacies across the state. The group hopes that the new boxes will encourage customers to responsibly dispose of medications instead of throwing them out in regular trash or leaving the prescription drugs in their homes long after they've stopped using them. Coming up, sea lion snatch. Boy, was this scary. A little girl learned the hard way not to get too close to a hungry sea lion.